of Lent. This Wednesday is Ash Wednesday, and we're called to make resolutions for Lent. And usually if I ask people what resolution you're making, a lot of times it might be I'm giving up candy or I'm giving up sweets, or some people are really clever and they say I'm giving up stuff for Lent. Don't do that, please. Give up things. But we're called to do three things particularly: to increase our prayer, to fast, and to give alms. So you have between now and Ash Wednesday to figure out what resolutions you want to make for each of those three things. Particularly, increase our prayer. Now, if you haven't learned yet, our whole parish is doing Pray 40 Days. So I have 40 days worth of guided meditations that we're going to lead you through, small groups that everybody can join. If you're not a member of our parish, you are welcome to join us for that. That could be your resolution, is to do those meditations every day for Lent. The second is fasting. Now, there is a difference between fasting and abstinence. So when most people say, I'm giving up candy or I'm giving up video games or giving up something, that's actually abstinence. So on Good Friday, we abstain from meat. On the Fridays of Lent, we abstain from meat. But we're also called to fast. And fasting really means eating nothing. Fasting is an important part of our spiritual tradition, our whole faith tradition, and I think we've really just kind of lost sight of the importance of fasting. Many of the great saints would say, if you really want something from God, pray and fast. Jesus even says that in the gospel, that our prayer becomes so strong when we fast. So I want you to think about a concrete way to do that. I was shamed at my last parish because our maintenance man, who's not even Catholic, told me that he has twice in his life fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And I said, you're kidding, right? No food. All he had was water and herbal tea for 40 days and 40 nights. I had never fasted a day in my life, I don't think. And so I thought, I got to try to figure this fasting out because I'm, a priest for 15 years and my maintenance man, who's not even Catholic, is shaming me. So I decided to give it a try. Now, I'm one of those people, I get jittery if I don't eat food. And that's what always scared me about fasting. Can I do this? Can I not eat food for a little while? Well, the reason fasting is so important is because it's our most base, primal desire. So if you find yourself addicted to anything, and you want to give that up, if you want to even get to the core of the roots, fasting can do that. So I can tell you, I tried it. I tried it first for 1 day, and then the next week I did 2 days, and the next week I did 3 days, and then the next week I did 4 days. Now, what made it powerful is that I had somebody in mind that I was fasting for, a good friend of mine that has cancer. That made me really put meaning to it and want to do it. So I fasted those different times during Lent, and then me and another priest decided, we're going to go all out. We're going to fast all of Holy Week all the way through Easter. And then both of us broke our resolutions by like day 2 of that week. So try to fast, and think of a concrete way that you can do that, and just see if you can stretch yourself a little bit more as we enter in the season of Lent. And then third is almsgiving, that Lent is a time to give to the poor. So thank you for the donation that you might have made to Catholic Charities. If you haven't, you can always give to the parish because we give to a lot of different poor in the world. But if you have any charity or cause that you believe in, make a resolution to give in some way to the poor, even if it's only $1. Just do something that you can to give to the poor. So prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. So the parish mission is tomorrow night, Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night at 7 p.m. It'll only be an hour every night. And I'll be leading us there. Our choir will be with us as well. So we'll be singing and we'll be praising and laughing, and I'll tell stories, and it's going to be a wonderful time. When I heard the gospel today that the sun shines on the good and the bad alike, that actually gave me hope. Because I think a lot of us, and myself included, think that we have to be perfect. We got to make ourselves perfect for God to love us. But He will shine His light on you. No matter how you are, bad or good, whatever you are, He wants to shine His light on you. When I was growing up, when I turned 15, I begged my parents for a dog. My mom and dad are here right now. I begged them for a dog. I'll tell you a little bit about this later, but they finally broke down at 15 years old. And I'll never forget, I just got home from Dairy Queen. I was working at Dairy Queen, walked home, and they'd gotten me this dog, and I was so happy. something very interesting would happen. When the sun shines through the windows of our house, that dog would always find the sunny spot and just go lay there in the sun. Any of you have pets that do that? I do the same thing. So sometimes he would have the same spot. So from the time that I was a child, I used to love just laying in the sun and absorbing that good feeling. And that's what I want you to experience in prayer. That if there's any darkness in your light, if you've ever felt distant from God, if you've ever felt like that relationship is strained, this parish mission and these 40 days of Lent will really be a wonderful time of getting close to him. You know I like to play the ukulele, so I'm going to play a song for you along with Sig by the Beatles, and it's called Here Comes the Sun. So the idea is the sun shines on the good and the bad alike. We're all gathered here together, and the sun is going to come for us. Can you grab my ukulele behind the chair too? Thank you. So as you hear this, I just want you to think about that, the desolation or darkness you might be experiencing, that it's going to come to an end tomorrow night. You will hear God's voice and you will experience him if you join us for this wonderful mission. See if Sig knows this one, right? Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long and cold winter. Little darling, it feels like years since you've been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Little darling, the smiles returning to your faces. Little darling, it seems like years since you've been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since you've been here. Little darling, here comes the sun. Little darling, and I say, it's all right. Sig, I got a little custom verse here. St. Matthias Parish Mission is coming this Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Bring your family, bring your friends, and everyone you know. Here comes the mission. Here comes the mission. I say, if you come, then everything will be all right. Join us this Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday for the parish mission.